On Friday, May 17, 1974, a CIA-directed force of FBI agents, Los Angeles City, County, and California State PIG, with air support and reserve assistance from the United States Marine Corps and the National Guard, encircled elements of the Malcolm X combat unit of the Symbionese Liberation Army. The result of the encirclement was that the people witnessed on live television the burning to death of 6 of their most beautiful and courageous freedom fighters by cowardly fascist insects.
This is Channel 7's Eyewitness News with Judd Hambrick, John Schubeck, and the Eyewitness News team.
Good evening. I'm Judd Hambrick. Here's what's happening at 11 o'clock. The gunfire has stopped and the flames are out, but a big question mark still hangs over south central Los Angeles at this very moment. A question as large and perhaps as tragic as any on the West Coast in the last 103 days. Is the body of Patty Hearst among the 5 found early tonight in a shot-up, burned-out home on 54th and Compton Avenues? A home that went up in unchecked flames as the climax of a shootout in which Los Angeles police fired more ammunition than they ever had fired before in a single law enforcement assault. Just who are the 5 persons killed? That still is not known. If any of them have been identified, it's not been officially disclosed. At Hillsborough, California, the Randolph Hearst family has apparently given in to the inevitable fear. A family spokesman said tonight that the feeling inside the Hearst home is that it's all over for Patty. Yet despite that atmosphere, the family spokesman added that the Hearsts still are clinging to some hope that their daughter was somewhere else, not in a stucco house at Compton and 54th Avenue here in Los Angeles. John, you have more.
Judd, we certainly do. We still have nothing official at this hour to say with certainty that the 5 persons who died in that shootout were actually members of the Symbionese Liberation Army. Dr. Thomas Noguchi is even now trying to identify the bodies, some of which were burned beyond recognition. But all night long there has been rumor and speculation about the names of the victims in that house. Among those believed slain on East 54th Street were the escaped convict Donald DeFries, known as Marshal Sin Q of the Symbionese Liberation Army. It was Sin Q whose voice, along with Patty Hearst, appeared on those recordings sent to the publisher Randolph Hearst. Also, Nancy Ling Perry, a former college cheerleader who once campaigned for Barry Goldwater and also worked for a time as a topless blackjack dealer. Kamala Hall, daughter of a Lutheran minister who once was involved in a career as a social worker in Minneapolis, and until she joined the SLA was known by her friends as an advocate of nonviolence. William Lawton Wolfe, son of a Pennsylvania doctor and dropout from the University of California in Berkeley.
Here's the way it started, John. Late this afternoon, Los Angeles news media were notified by police that police might have a raid somewhere in South Los Angeles and that a command post was being set up. We rushed to the area. The exact location of the target house was not known at that point, but shortly after 5 o'clock, massive numbers of police moved in and cordoned off an 8-square-block area, bordered by Long Beach Boulevard on the east and Cooper on the west from 57 2nd Street south 4 blocks. I was standing about 100 yards away when police found their target, a yellow 1-story house on 54th near Compton. A live CBS camera crew was on the scene, and this is what it looked like.
Billy, let's see if we couldn't still get this picture, but from a little better location, huh?
Well, I don't know if it's a good idea to interview somebody right now.
That's a mighty thin palm tree right in front of us.
We just took a bullet a couple inches or so because we felt it go by. We felt it go by, that's right. And heard it. And that's as close as I want to be to one, let me tell you.
It was about then that a lone black woman came stumbling from the front of the house, her hands bound behind her, gasping from the tear gas. The woman shouted at the attacking police that she was giving up and that she had been held hostage. Officers rushed into the crossfire and pulled her bodily out of the danger area. Under intense questioning, she told police that there were 4 more heavily armed people inside, and all the while the battle continued. A short time later, no one really knew why, fire was spotted coming from the house.
It appears to have spread to the adjacent house.
It does.
It is just unbelievable that there could be anybody in there shooting back. We were told earlier in the afternoon that there was a basement in that house, and perhaps the people who were being sought were in that basement. It's so that would give them a few more minutes to stay alive and fire back at the lady.
Oh, boy.
Not much more than that. Look at the huge ball of smoke and flame going up out of here now.
Right, Bob.
Several companies of the Los Angeles Fire Department were poised at both the north and south ends of the battle zone, but police would not allow them near the blaze because in spite of the inferno, firing from the house continued, much of it organized, some of it the explosions caused by round upon round of ammunition igniting in that intense heat. Huge clouds of dense black smoke blew eastward from the house and could be seen for miles. The flames destroyed the target house and heavily damaged 2 others. It was a full hour later, after the firefight began, that firemen were finally allowed in the area.
The purpose of this order is to prevent the setup and assassination of the members of the SLA by the fascist state agents. Suppression of this document can only result in the endangering of your civil servant. Do not think that by eliminating a few of our members that you can destroy our movement. We are everywhere.
Any murders of SLA members, whether by police raids or undercover attacks, will not be tolerated by this organization. Reprisals will consist of the execution of 5 California peace officers for every SLA member murdered.
This is General Pax in conclusion. Make no mistake, our tentacles reach throughout the nation.
In many of my previous public statements, I have stated that I think Patricia Hearst is still alive, and I was inclined to think that she was not a willing member of the Symbionese Liberation Army. I may have been wrong about the latter, since a warrant has now been issued for her arrest. I talked to Mr. Hearst about these recent developments last night and echo his sentiments. Patty, if you are a member of the SLA, give up. Don't die like the others did, and tell your comrades to do the same. What is to be gained by more killing?
Colston Westbrook, male, black, age 35, brown eyes, brown hair, height 5'8", 210 pounds in weight. Berkeley language instructor, a resident of Oakland, is a government agent. Worked for the CIA in Vietnam as an interrogator and torture in the Phoenix operation against the Vietnamese people, and also served the same purpose in other foreign countries. Now working for military intelligence while giving cross assistance to the FBI. These subjects are to be shot on sight whenever found at any time.
It followed that the white supremacist and bourgeois black elements of the revolutionary left so-called leadership would be pimped with ridiculous tales of links between the SLA and the CIA. That Sin was and had been a paid informer for the Los Angeles Police Department and the California Attorney General's office. If this were true, we dare these fools and collaborators to explain Sin's reward for his deed, a life term in California's concentration camp.
Greetings to the people. This is Tanya. I learned a lot from Sin and the comrades who died in that fire. And I'm still learning from them. They live on in the hearts and minds of millions of people in fascist America. The pigs' actions that Friday evening showed just how scared they really are. They would have burned and bombed that entire neighborhood to murder 6 guerrillas. The SLA terrifies the pigs because it calls all oppressed people in this country to arms, to fight in a united front to overthrow the fascist dictatorship. The pigs think that they can deal with a handful of revolutionaries, but they know they can't defeat the incredible power which the people, once united, represent. It's for this reason that we get to see, live and in color, the terrorist tactics of the pigs. The pigs saying, "You're next." I died in that fire on 54th Street, but out of the ashes I was reborn. I know what I have to do. Our comrades didn't die in vain. The pig lies about the advisability of surrender, have only made me more determined. I renounced my class privilege when Sin and Cujo gave me the name Tanya. While I have no death wish, I have never been afraid of death. For this reason, the brainwashed duress theory of the pig hearse has always amused me. Life is very precious to me, but I have no delusions that going to prison will keep me alive, and I would never choose to live the rest of my life surrounded by pigs like the Hearsts. I want to see our comrades in this country's concentration camps, but on our terms, as stated in our Declaration of Revolutionary War, not on the pigs' terms. Patria o muerte, venceremos. Death to the fascist insect that preys upon the life of the people.